Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 1st of July, 2019. We're going to reflect on Matthew 8:18 to 20. Now when Jesus saw great crowds around him, he gave orders to go over to the other side. The scribe then approached and said, "Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go." And Jesus said to him, "Foxes have holes and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head." Another of his disciples said to him, "Lord, first let me go and bury my father." But Jesus said to him, "Follow me and let the dead bury their own dead." The gospel of the Lord. Let the dead bury their own dead. That sounded very harsh, even for Jesus, who's famous for saying a lot of harsh things, and people have often speculated about what he might have meant. There have been, quite literally, hundreds of interpretations, but I might have an explanation that's quite plausible while answering a lot of questions. See, the Jewish people traditionally buried the dead in cave-like tombs carved out of stone. During a visit to the Holy Land, I visited the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which contains the two holiest sites in Christianity. The site where Jesus was crucified and Jesus' tomb where he was buried and resurrected. It was quite a large tomb, and I marveled at the size of it. Now, if all the Jews who died in Jerusalem were buried in tombs like that, it would result in quite a housing problem because Jerusalem isn't a big place. It isn't the only living that have real estate issues. The dead have them too. But the Jews had a solution because there were two burials. The first was in the tomb, and about a year later, when the flesh had rotted away, the family would enter the tomb and take the bones away, placing them in a box known as an ossuary. This box would be placed at the back of this tomb, or in a tomb containing the remains of other family members, or in another location altogether. Whatever. Space problem solved. Now, if this practice took place in Jesus' time, then there is a good chance that the man was talking about the second burial. Because if it was the first burial, the man would have been grieving with the body of his father and not been with Jesus. Regardless, the point of this story is that Jesus was calling the man to follow him to the exclusion of all other concerns. Jesus is calling us too. Most of us offer reasons why we cannot follow Jesus. Some of the reasons seem very valid, but in truth, they are just excuses and not really good ones at that. So, what's your excuse for not following Jesus?